Hello, Cancer and crosswatchers. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Welcome to Natural Healing Tarot. Today we are going to take a look at your monthly tarot reading for the month of February. If you guys find the messages helpful or that it resonates with your situation, please feel free to like the video or comment below. Also, if you would like future messages, you are more than welcome to subscribe to the channel. Everyone is always welcome, and I upload messages daily. Five of Fire. So, Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Let's see what we can see for you for the month of February. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages here are general. They're not going to resonate every time with every person. You are more than welcome to check other signs within your birth chart. It's really about the title. If there's something in the title, there's most likely something in the message. I also do a personal drawing on this channel every month for free personal readings. If that's something that you want to get entered into, comment your astrological sign below. And last but certainly not least, I pull a power thought card at the end of every message just to give it a little positive boost, a little positive affirmation. Feel free to stay, especially if the message is resonating. So, Cancer, we have 5 of Fire, 7 of Fire, and 4 of Water. I really feel like you're planning something. Are you planning something, Cancer? Because 5 of Fire is the 5 of Wands. In this deck, it talks about brainstorming, creative thinking, creative process. The 7 of Fire is the 7 of Wands. It's perseverance, right? In every deck, it's perseverance. But this is kind of like imaginary manifestation, the thinking process, creating abundance right here, okay? Creating abundance. And then we have the 4 of Water, which is the 4 of Cups, right? Rest, rejuvenation, contemplation, meditation. I feel like what's going on here is you're planning something. You're definitely planning something, Cancer. So let's see. Let's see what we can see for you. For February. What are you planning? I'm interested. What are you planning, Cancer? Most important message for Cancer Spirit for the month of February. What's being planned? What are they manifesting? I feel like internally you may be a little bit indecisive. You may be a little uncertain on which direction to take, and that may be why you're planning. I feel like on the outside, though, you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, so a very a very decisive, very clear cut and dry, okay? Now we have the 2 of Cups. This talks about relationships. Could also be a partnership. Let's get some more information. Well, we have the wheel, guys. We have the wheel. And the Lovers in reverse flipped over, and I didn't even see that until I was going through the decks. So I feel like this is a very fated lesson. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. This is a very fated event that is happening right now in your life. But I feel like this is a separation of a soulmate connection. And I feel like part of you is ready to move on, ready to right? The Queen of Swords is kind of like a very cold, very unemotional, very practical. It's you also can consider this like cutting somebody off with her sword. She's just ready to chop off somebody's head. So I want to say you made the decision to end this, but you're still feeling conflicted about why within. And I feel like you ultimately want this connection to work. Understand that there is a reason. It's like, I'm going to go into it a little bit. The lesson here is the Five of Pentacles, by the way. Okay, let's just get it out there. So I feel like I need to touch on this a little bit, so I'm going to put the deck down. When we are vibrating at a certain vibration, and then something comes into our life that is vibrating lower or higher than where we're vibrating at, they're not meshing. They're not going to vibe together as easily as they would if their vibrations were spot on. What I feel like is happening here, Cancer, is this very well could be you, it could be the other person, but somebody had a growth spurt. And I feel like this rejection, this resistance to this connection is because of this vibration. The lesson here is the Five of Pentacles. So something around abandonment, something around being left or not being taken care of is what's going on with deep within you. And I feel like this has to do with deeper than this relationship. I feel like what happened here was this person started getting really close. You guys started having a really close connection. And you might have gotten scared. And so any little thing set you off. And you decided, all right, well, that's it. That was the final straw. This is a past life connection. This is a very deep connection. This could be a twin flame reading, okay? All the signs are here. So you cut this person off. Maybe that was them. Maybe they cut you off. But the reason the cutoff happened was somebody was afraid. Somebody got afraid of being left. Now, this could be you, Cancer. This could be the other person. But that's why the separation is happening. The lesson that needs to be learned here, and it's a very faded lesson, is around abandonment, around being left. And understanding here that when we vibrate at a higher vibration, when we are at the top of our game, our self-love is at its peak, our awareness is at its peak, we're heightening our consciousness, we're doing the work on ourselves, the inner work. We're going to be open to loving because we're going to understand when those vibrations aren't matching, because we understand consciousness. And with that, it's going to be a lot easier to flow. You're not going to be this Queen of Swords, this cold, even though sometimes that is a good energy to carry. There's a time and a place for everything. There needs to be a balance, okay? Wanting love all the time is also codependency. So there needs to be a balance here, okay? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you don't have to be so abrasive, so abrupt with your decision, okay? You'll be able to flow a lot easier and be like, you know, we're not vibrating, we're not vibing at this time. Maybe one of us needs to do a couple inner lessons before we come back together. whatever the case may be, it's not working right now, right? If it's meant to be in my life, it'll come back. Because we have all the cards out symbolizing a spiritual union. I feel like once you guys are on the same vibration again, okay, once both of you have done the inner work, whoever is having a fear of abandonment, once that is released, you guys are going to come back together. This person is going to come back into your life. That may very well be what you're manifesting. And I feel like you're going to have to make a decision to leave the past in the past and move forward. You're not going to be able to focus on the past and move forward to the future. In fact, you may need to reset the entire relationship, meaning you may want to just start from scratch. Like it's a whole brand new person. You're just meeting this person for the first time. Is how I like to interpret it. Even though you guys have known each other and you have a deeper connection than what you might even understand fully. Because you can probably feel this connection for sure. I am going to do an extended reading. I want to take a look at this person. I'm going to take a look at their position, what they're vibrating as, right? How they're coming across, presenting themselves. We'll dig a little bit deeper. We'll pull out the fairy, the psychic. We'll dig in. I do this little spiel here, guys, because on the monthlies, I do add the extended reading onto the end, just so you guys can see how we do our little Vimeo bit over there. And I still want to give, I want to give my appreciation to you guys over here on YouTube. So I'm going to pull a power thought card and we'll get into our extended reading. So, Cancer, everything I touch is a success. I now establish a new awareness of success. I know I can be as successful as I make up my mind to be. I move into the winning circle. Golden opportunities are everywhere. For me, prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. Everything I touch is a success. So, Cancer, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. And I'll catch you in your extended reading. Namaste. Hello, Cancer and cross watchers. Thank you guys so much for joining over here on your extended reading. So in the main reading, we were taking a look at how there was a separation between soulmates, a spiritual union separation. Okay, and I feel like somebody was afraid of being left. So let's take a couple cards for your person. Also felt like you were manifesting something, planning something. Hermit. So I feel like your person may know that they need some inner work to do. Feel like they are feeling very unbalanced, okay? And I feel like they're probably doing some inner work right now as we speak. They may even watch readings and all this stuff, doing this healing, raising consciousness, because the hermit symbolizes just that. It symbolizes that self-awareness journey where you're really like self-discovery, self-mastery, where you're going within and trying to become more independent. I feel like they're doing this to try to balance themselves out. The Justice in reverse for a few of you, maybe they're in jail. Very well could be in jail, because Justice in reverse is a legal matter that didn't turn out in your favor. And the Hermit. But ultimately, I feel like they are feeling very imbalanced at this time, and they may be aware of what they need to work on, or partially aware that there's some work that needs to be done, right? I do feel like they want to move into calmer waters, but I feel like they are guarded, okay? The Six of Swords with the Knight of Wands, they're coming out very guarded, very hesitant, right? And ultimately, though, with the Six of Swords, something needs to be sacrificed. Okay, something within themselves, something within you. Maybe this is the past relationship or letting go of the past. Something needs to be sacrificed here in order to bring this connection together. Okay, so let's get the Fairy Tarot. Keep the ball rolling. I do feel like you guys may very well be connecting intuitively. If you guys aren't in communication physically, you very well could be intuitively talking. I do feel like you both feel this deep connection. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what else we can come up with for you, Cancer, for February. For February's Six of Autumn. So we have the Six of Pentacles coming out twice, right? This is, the Six of Pentacles really is split decision, split energy. Sometimes people consider it breadcrumbing. I really feel like what's going on here is a split decision, right? Or uncertainty of exactly what needs to take place. Five of Summers. So Five of Summers, the Five of Cups. This is this sadness, feeling at loss, right? Focused on what you've lost instead of what you've gained. But in this card, there's also a positive message of trusting that everything happens for a reason. And this phase in this process of grieving, because that's what it is, it's a grieving process. You're going to have to grieve this past relationship. I feel like there's a lot of resistance right now to this connection, and that's because of this healing. So you may very well come into the comments and say, I am not getting back with my ex. I don't care what you say. Well, you might not get back with your ex, but I do feel like you have a very strong connection, and I feel like a part of you does at times wonder about this person. So let's see. That may be where you're conflicted. At times you may be wondering about them, and at other times you may be like, ugh, I'm sick of that person. That's love. That's love, my dear. It's love. So here's where you're at. I already get the sense here that somebody is withdrawn from this connection. Somebody has withdrawn completely from this connection, and is even resistant. So if this is not you, Cancer, this is the other person, but something is going to take place that's going to turn this around. Okay. Because so on the bottom of the deck we have solar plexus and base chakra. Okay, so you may need a chakra cleanse, just to put that out there. There is a meditation playlist link below if that is something you're interested in. Check it out. Sorry guys. Positive movement forward, and harmony, which is the Lover's card in the upright. So what I feel here, Cancer, there's going to be something that happens that shifts these tides, changes the direction of this relationship. Understand that there is a lesson to be learned in this resistance. So don't beat yourself up. If this is you resisting this connection, don't beat yourself up over it. Don't resist. Don't keep resisting like, nope, 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 nope. Take time. Go within yourself and hug yourself. Tell yourself it's okay to feel this way. You have this strong connection with this person. That's okay. It's not like you want to feel this way, especially if you're resisting it. It's something that you're not able to control right now, and that's fine. But being acceptant and aware is going to be the first steps. Let's get this card going. Hello from heaven. So I feel like you're being guided. Definitely being guided spiritually towards this connection. Courage. Having courage is very important. This card coincides with strength. So understand here that twin flame soulmate connections are not for the faint of heart. There are lessons to be learned within those connections to help you ascend to the next level. In that, there's going to be a lot of sadness. There's going to be a lot of heartache. It's okay to go through these feelings, emotions. It's part of the human experience. So you kind of have to accept and be aware that that's what's going on. And you're going to be more, it's going to flow more easily. Especially if you're just aware and acceptance that, okay, these feelings, these emotions that I'm feeling, that's part of the human experience. This sadness, this loss, this abandonment. Yeah, it sucks when we go through those emotions. But everybody goes through those emotions at some phase, in some form or fashion. Everybody has different experiences, granted. Some people's experiences may be perceived worse than others, depending on what who the person is. But who are we to judge, right? These feelings are part of the human experience. Being aware of that and accepting of that is going to be the first step. But you're definitely being guided. You're definitely being directed on the path that you need to take. Everything here in this reading that you've listened to this far, that you've seen, that you've done, it's all happening for a specific reason. So take it in and just try to be aware. Try to be aware and be present right now. At least for February. So let's get the Soul Truth out here. The Soul Truth card I have used on some readings, mostly exclusively. I use these at the end of every extended reading, just so you guys know. And I love these Soul Truth cards. They are amazing. I actually am thinking about doing a review just on this deck because I want every reader to have one. Seriously. So let's see. Let's see. What for Cancer Spirit? What does Cancer need to see for February? Whew. Cancer. You guys are amazing. The Soul Truth card for you, Cancer, is: am I ready to let go of this buried shame? The feeling of shame is the lowest energy frequency there is. When you live in shame, you live in darkness. What part of you is ready to stand in the light? Is there any shame from a past experience that is ready to be healed? Today's soul action. Heal the shame by giving it a name. Bring it to light and let it be seen, heard, and healed. It's revival season. Place the shame with your soul's truth. Fill in the blank. My soul's truth is healer. I'm ready to let go of this buried shame. So, Cancer, that is the message I have for you guys coming out for this month of February. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing the content. You guys are amazing. And I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.